Hi, this is your host Swapnil and it's good to see you after work. A lot of drama is going on in the Ford Mustang world after some bloggers look at the sales of Mustangs in 2024 and call it the end of the world. Some called it the worst year for Mustang in the last 60 years, and others called it that Mustangs are failing. Someone posted on Mustang's Reddit page and asked that if there is a reason to worry looking at this number that maybe Ford will discontinue Mustang like Camaro. The fact is that Ford sold more Mach-E's, which is their EV, than Mustangs in 2024. A lot of people said that the sales are low because Mustangs are getting more and more expensive. Others said it is because of the new updates with S650, where, of course, the exterior is changed a bit and the interior they have moved from analog to all digital screens and display and control. I don't know what is the reality, why the sales are down. So let's look at some data and some trend and see what's actually going on and just keep all the emotions aside for a while. First of all, yes, sale of Mustangs is down in 2024. Ford sold around 47,000 Mustangs in 2024 as compared to 53,000 units in 2023. But they sold almost the same number, 47,000 units, in 2022 as well. So the numbers have been declining since 2015 when it peaked and they sold more than 100,000 Mustangs. But yearly numbers, if you look at, they have been declining. In 2023, the number picked up and then they went back in 2024. And the fact is that Ford is not the only automaker which is experiencing low sales. Even Toyota, one of the largest automaker in the world, experienced around 3.6% lower sales in 2024 compared to 2023. Even Tesla, their sales are down. So it's a kind of industry-wide phenomena which is not exclusive to Mustang. And there are many factors at play: economy, ongoing wars, natural disasters, massive layoffs in some high paying sector, and of course, growing interest in more fuel efficient and especially EVs. Now, I'm not going to look at other popular and kind of affordable cars, sports cars numbers such as Miata, GR86, Supra, and of course, Corvette. Of course, Supra and Corvette, they don't belong to the Miata and GR86 category, but they are sports car. One is for more midlife crisis, and second is more for students and folks, young folks. Now, if you look at these numbers, in 2024, only 4,000 Miatas were sold. Toyota sold around 11,400 GR86. If you look at Corvette, they sold only 33,300 Corvettes, which is massive decline from 53,700 units which were sold in 2023. Supra, Toyota sold only 1,700 Supras in 2024 as compared to 2,600 in 2023. So, if you look at it, the headline of those blogs should be that Mustang or Ford sold more Mustangs in 2024 than Corvette, GR86, Supra, and Miata combined. But that headline won't sell. So let's just call gloom and doom that Mustang is going away. Anyway, so yes, the numbers are down, but they're not as bad as some of these bloggers are making them to look like. I think it has less to do with Mustang, and it has lot more to do with other factors which I mentioned. Now let's look at two most popular or three most popular indicators that people are saying. One is the pricing, second is the looks, and third, of course, is EV or Mach-E. Let's talk about looks first. The fact is that I fell in love with Mustang when I first saw 550. Even on my desktop, that was the wallpaper. It was an iconic silver Mustang GTS 550, and I wanted that car. But I am also a tech journalist, and I love technology. If you look at my workshop, most of the stuff is all tech, 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 tech. So I was actually the reason I did not go with Miata and GRT6. First of all, I wanted a four-seater because I have two kids and they like to be picked and dropped from the schools, their games and everything else. So I wanted a four-seater. So Corvette and Supra and Miatas were out of scope. Camaro and Challenger or Charger, I did not like their look. So Mustang with four-seater V8 engine, and the best thing, the reason I loved my S650 was modern technology, all the screens. Yes, I would prefer physical button at least for climate control, so that when I am on the highway and suddenly the car is too hot or too cold and I have to look away at the screen and try to control it. It would have been actually much better if the display was a bit better, where you push on the screen and you can slide it. Now you have to tap on the button, look down and see if the button is going down or up. If there was just a slider where I can just tap on the climate control and I don't even look at the screen, I just go up and down and it does the job. Maybe that's how it works. But anyway, that is the only quirk I have. Beyond that, I love screens. Why? Because first of all, you can cram a lot of features in one display instead of turning your car into an airline cockpit. I'm not a huge fan of those analog buttons. I do like clean look, but I also don't like the boring look of Tesla cars. So when we look at this internal infotainment or technology, it might deter some baby boomers who can't even figure out how to use a smartphone or a PC. But for a lot of us, modern tech is always better. Second is, of course, the redesigning of the exterior. Yes, as I said, that they did a refresh in 2024. They do it every 10 years. And yes, I fell in love with S550. But I do like, if you compare with the older models, I really, no offense, I don't like them, because anything prior to 550, it looked like a hunk of metal. It looks like that heavy muscle car which cannot do anything other than going in a straight line. I was not a huge fan of the older Mustang. They look like a sedan, very bad sedan, which is just a chunk of metal there. The modern Mustangs, they look beautiful. Look at all those lines. They look very sporty. They look, it's a good blend of modern design, sporty feel, and also maintaining some of the iconic looks. No offenses, but nobody wants a hunk of metal muscle car in 2024. We want more sporty and nimble cars. So I'm actually happy that Ford moved away from that hunk of metal design and embraced more aggressive, sporty look. And let's just for a second consider that maybe this internal and external design change was the reason in decline of sale. Then why was there decline since 2015? Why did Ford sell less Mustangs in 2022 as compared to 2023? Because the refresh happened in 2024. So it has nothing to do with the style. It has nothing to do with design. The fact is, just yesterday I went to Micro Center to get Surface 11, And once again, I'm pretty sure he was a new Mustang user. He waved at me and then he stopped. He was waiting for me to come back, and then he started talking about it. And all he was talking about was the beautiful screen where he can access all the features easily. He talked about the exterior look and feel. We actually have two more Mustang in the back. One was, of course, S550, my favorite, and one the older version. And you can see that the older cars really look bad. I'm not nostalgic, so I don't really care, but I don't really care about the older looks. In fact, there are six new Mustangs in my neighborhood now. Maybe I was a bad influence. Out of those six, two are EcoBoost. They're all S650. One is Dark Horse, and then rest are GT Premium. Six new Mustangs in the last 6 months. Something is going on right. But yes, the numbers are declining, but I don't think that looks are the reason. So, is price the reason? Yes and no. First of all, Mustang remains one of the most affordable V8 sports car compared to others such as, of course, Corvette, Supra, M4, Audi R8. And of course, those are totally different beasts. You cannot compare them with Mustangs. But the fact is that Mustang is still one of the most affordable sports car. And if you look at the pricing, all of them are increasing the pricing. If you look at just Corvette C8, it has been increasing faster than GT. In 2024, you can get C8, of course, the base model for 70K, whereas in 2020, it was only 60K. So 10K increase. If you look at Mustang GT, it was priced at 42K in 2024 and it was sold for 36K in 2020. So in comparison to C8, while you saw 10K increase with C8 Corvette, Mustang saw increase of 6,000. So it's not that bad. Other cars are also becoming expensive. I mean, I don't even want to talk about trucks, the cars in general, they are just going insane. It's not just Mustangs which are getting more expensive. Our cars are getting expensive. Toyota is one of the biggest automakers in the world, and look at the price of Highlander at Tacomas. My hybrid limited Highlander was more expensive than my Mustang GT Premium. And the fact is that if you are really that price sensitive, you can always get EcoBoost with 315 horsepower. It's still more powerful than Miata and GR86, and you can get that car just for 31K. It is a lot cheaper than both Miatas and GR86, and you still get a Mustang with an EcoBoost 315 horsepower engine. So, in my opinion, it's neither the price nor the looks. It's the market, it's the economy, it's layoffs, wars. And one big change which is happening is that more and more people are now looking at fuel efficient cars. That is why the sales of EV is growing, and that's why the sale of Mach-E is growing. Does that mean Ford will discontinue Mustang? I don't know, but I don't think so. I mean, last year, Ford showed new members of the Mustang family, including four-door Mach 4, a Rally Mustang, and some versions and variants of Mach-E as well. Just a few days ago, they announced GDT, which is like $350,000 supercar. So, in my view, Mustang is like Corvettes. I mean, not the high-end Corvette. Low, it's a Corvette, which is less about profits. It's less about the units sold, and it's more about that identity. It's more about that niche of high-end audience that love these kind of performance cars. As long as it is break even, I don't think there is a reason to worry about. Just look at Toyota, just look at Subaru, just look at Chevrolet. Do you think Toyota is going to discontinue Supra because they sell only what, less than 5,000 Supras? Is is Toyota going to discontinue GR86 because they sold only 11,000? Is Mazda going to discontinue Miata because they sell less than 5,000? No. As long as they are breaking even, as long as they are not making losses, as long as they are not leeching onto their resources, there is no reason to discontinue. These are not the cakes, these are icing on the cake. Now, if you look at Camaro, its fate was sealed because yes, their sales were declining, but then Chevy also have one of the best sports and performance cars with Corvette. I mean, they have the whole lineup of three Corvettes, and when it comes to Stingray, they can decrease the pricing and bring it in the same price point as Mustang's dark horses. They can even bring it lower than that, but I think they are looking at the niche audience. They are not looking at the mass market. And in comparison to Mustang, it's a totally different beast. So, I mean, Camaro's case was different. Mustang is Corvette of Ford. So I don't think they are going to touch it. Yes, it would be nice if Ford can keep the pricing of GT Premium under 50K out of the door. I mean, of course, taxes and everything is different, and also dealers should be tamed as well so that they're not doing a lot of markup. But I don't really think that price is the reason, because Mustang is not your average car. It doesn't give you a great mileage, so people are not going to buy that car for daily driving. So you cannot expect, an average Joe who makes an average salary is going to buy a car which is expensive when it comes to taxes, which is expensive when it comes to insurance, just to sit in a garage for a whole week and take it out once a week. No, it's not for them. And if you are really looking at a daily, either get a Corolla or get an EcoBoost. You still get all the kick, all the fun, great engine, great pickup, and you get the best of both worlds. A cheaper 31,000 car, great fuel efficiency, and you still get the look and feel and experience of Ford Mustang. You can have a ton of fun there. So that's my, you can say, 2 cents. I don't think Ford is going to discontinue Mustang. On the contrary, I think that this family will continue to grow. The community around Mustang will continue to grow. That's what I think. I may be or might be biased because I drive Mustang and I love it, but who is not biased in today's world? So these are my thoughts on this topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.